All right, hey guys, I'm Rob. Nice to meet you. So I'm going to show you how I make my coffee, right? I have been doing this for about 2 years, and I am sure I do not know it all. I would say that I'm a beginner at this. I really haven't updated any of my equipment, if you can tell. I just make coffee because it's expensive to buy it somewhere else. And I also had a friend that I worked with, and he had one of these, and I kept messing it up, especially the steam wand. So we're going to go over that. And I'm not really going to talk too much, or at least try to get every angle right. I'm doing a one shot on my camera. That's my iPhone 17, and it's on a little tripod. So we're going to go into it. There's going to be lots of noises, and that's what it takes to make good coffee. All right, put your grounds up in here. Pop it. I do double, and I'm usually about in the middle of the ground amount. And I think my fine meter, which is over here, I'm like in the like 2, 3 mark, so pretty fine. All right, this is when it smells good. This is when people start waking up. I've got my child in there watching, not Miss Rachel, but a Christian version of it, and we try to keep her away from that stuff and also screen time. But for now, that's what we're gonna do for the video. So this is some little bougie thing I bought. It's okay. It looks really cool in commercials. It's called a Flick by Subliminal. So I go in here into the coffee, and what I've done is I'm just trying to get in here and aerate it or get it evened out, the consistency that's inside. So I'm just kind of doing, it's just kind of to the look, right? You get it off the walls, get down in there, right? And these little tiny pins help you do that. And so once I feel like we're pretty close, I go and give it a few taps, pop that sucker off. That's really just to help tamp or to get the grounds to lay in there. So now I take, I'm guessing it's not really a tamp, it's just like a finishing stone. I'm kind of out of focus. There we go. And it goes down into this coffee, top right here on the portafilter, and I'm just softly spinning it around, making things even. That's the whole point of it. It's overly priced, but it works and has some weight to it. And I'm old school. I use what they gave me, right? And I apply an immense amount of pressure down onto the coffee, right? So let's see if I can do that. I'm trying to stay out of frame. All right, so then I kind of give a little turn in case some of the coffee stuck. All right, I don't know that that was perfect. We'll find out in a second. And you should be able to do like a little tap and get any residue or small grounds off. And I mean, look, do the Dairy Queen test, right? So throw it in here, and I do too, right? It'd be great if I had my coffee cup ready. Here we go. And I just go ahead and hit 2, all right? Now I have this timed for a little longer than what 2 is, but it's relatively the same. So let's watch it. Let's see if I can get the right angle. Let's see, did it start on both sides? I think so. It's hard to get that angle. Okay, so you see how it's kind of dripping on or favoring one side? It's pretty consistent actually, but if you see a very, like a small drip on one side and the other side it's flowing fine and that continues for a long time. You see? Okay, now you see it now. Then you just didn't get it even on both sides. That actually could be a lot of reasons, but that's usually because you just didn't get the amount of grounds pressured on evenly, right? Pretty easy to tell. It still comes out pretty good, but that's not perfect. And I'm not perfect, so that works out. And I've got my daughter under me right now, playing with the cabinet. All right, hey, baby, let's go this way. I know you want to make noise right next to us. Go down, my dear. All right, so let's get back to it. I'm gonna have to adjust things. All right, cool. So I think we're there. So that actually looks really, really good. I'm gonna show you just a couple things. Can you see the coffee? Man, look at that. Trying to get it in frame without. Oh yeah. Look at. You get a little bit of the angle, but man, oh man, look at. Oh man, that's perfect. All right, that's actually pretty much what I'm looking for. So I kind of drain a little bit of the water out of this, right? If I did it right, the puck should just come out. Oh, look at that. That's pretty good. It's a little, little watery. And you can slam your puck back there. That's the whole point of it. But I wanted to show you, right? Like, it's hot, okay? But it's not breaking apart. It's burning my hand. But for science, right? So I've got 2 fingers underneath this. It's not flopping. We're good. So I'm going to trash that. And you would normally just kind of throw it in there. That's my little bougie mobile. All right, cool. I really don't have like a lot of residue of coffee on my hands. It is a little staining. Coffee does that. But hey, if it has too much water and it's retaining too much water, then that's a sign. Like if you go and hit down here your puck, right? Do that and it kind of slops out. It's not even, it's not, firm, then that's a sign that you didn't do it right? Okay? So these are just little telltale signs. I have a little bit of residue on my hand. That's okay. But if it's staining it, that's not okay. That means there was a little too much water. So actually, it was a little too runny from what I can tell. All right, now to the hardest part, right? This is legit the hardest part. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I go old school milk. I used to do sugar, and now I do maple syrup. The reason is it just makes me feel like it's healthier. It kind of is healthier, but it's still sugar. At least it's nature's sugar, right? So I'm going about halfway in this little steamer cup, right? And you need it to be metal. I'll explain that in a minute. So I'm about there, okay? Right about there. And I'm going to add, I eyeball this, right? It's up to what you want and what you want to taste. But I add about 2 smallish teaspoons of, might even be a tablespoon of syrup, right? I may even add a little bit more because this is a very small spoon. All right. Add more, add none, whatever. It's not going to taste the same. It froths a little better once it has the sugar. I have noticed that. So, awesome. Okay, here's the hard part. Let's start this. Now, this is a little dirty. It's okay. We're going to survive, people. I try to grind this off. It's very important to keep your stuff clean. It'll tell you, too, hey, look, you need to descale this and clean it. And you have to run, stuff that gets all the hard elements of the water out. So it's pretty smart, and it should be for what you pay for it. This is going to be kind of hard to talk over. It's very loud. So what I'm going to show real quick is I'm going to get the steam up to where I feel is the right pressure. I'm going to very, very quickly cut it off. After I cut it off, I'm going to throw it into here at an angle. And then I'm going to turn it back on. And it's going to look like it never happened. But it did. All right? And it's important. Or you're going to get milk everywhere. Like I used to at my buddy's. See if we can get a better angle of this. That'd be kind of cool. It'll work. It'll work. There we go. So really the pressure's not where I want it to be. There it goes. Okay. So here it goes. See how it's stopping? And I'm in. Back on. Okay? So this part's pretty important. And it's actually almost impossible to do now because I'm holding it at a different angle. Watch this. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. All right. I'm gonna work around the camera. Okay. Come on. You got this. This is fun. All right. So I am wanting to cant this the opposite angle, which is about, 35 degrees, and it's still out of focus. Sorry, guys. I'm doing what I can. It's having a hard time with it. Let's get higher. That might help. It keeps thinking it's tracking me. I'm not trying to track myself. I'm trying to autofocus tracking. Okay. There we go. So, trying to do a few things. Not get this out of focus. Anyway, this is going to be about that 35 degree opposite angle of the stem. This is the steam wand, right? And I am wanting to do a few things, and it's coming up quick. I'm wanting to float it just barely over and a tiny bit inside of the milk. It gets the milk very warm, froths it up. If you have it too high, it will froth it too much and you will have cold milk that's bubbled up everywhere. You're also using your hands, which is why metal is important, to feel. When your top finger is getting really hot, or all of them, to a point where you can't do it anymore, then guess what? That's right before you burn the milk. And is a great time to take it off. So that's where we're at. Sorry, little guy. Another real quick thing, okay? I'm going to kind of go back over that once we're done steaming my camera. I take this off, I remove the milk while this is still going a tad bit so that milk doesn't go back up it, okay? It's important to keep your equipment clean, right? Keep saying that. Anyway, what we've done is we've got this milk in here to about where it's very uncomfortable to touch after you hold your hands there or your fingers there for a couple seconds, right? Like right there, I really don't want to touch it anymore. Okay, cool. So now the easy part. I don't really do the whole design thing. Some people can. I've never really. My brother can. I think I make better coffee than him, but man, he knows how to make the cool little hearts and stuff. So we're just pouring. I might give it a shot. We'll see what happens. Already got something forming down there. It looks like that Cobra from G.I. Joe, which is hilarious. Okay, so actually I'm gonna have too much, way too much. All right, cool. So that's absolutely nothing, which is awesome. But it's gonna taste amazing. So we'll go ahead and mix it. Spill it everywhere, you know, that's fun. The joys of doing things on camera. All right, so we got our little graffiti there. That is gonna be a good cup of joe. I can tell you right now, based on how it went. Dude, I'm telling you, every time that I do this, unless I really mess it up, I'm like, okay, I understand why I spent the money to buy this now. So the last thing that we do, right, is we want to clean our wand. We do not want to leave that milk on there. That's gross. No one likes that. Hey, keep your equipment clean. We're kind of saying that a few times now. And it's important, right? I mean, I slop that on there. And then I go ahead and turn the steam wand again. I'm going to clean up my mess. But this is how you do it. Like, I don't do a lot of how-to things. You'll see I did one for, like, an install of fog lights on my truck. So I'm not the best at this, right? And I'm not claiming to be. However, if you're kind of wondering how to use this puppy out the gate, maybe with adding this and this little, I forget what it's called, but the little needles that disturb it and get it even, this is for you. All right, that's done. Now we're good. I mean, we can just power down. Done. So that is that's pretty much the tutorial. I'll throw you one more bone. Okay, back here, there's an indicator. You know, add water. There's a reason this is full. It's because on my last pull, I actually almost ran out. You can hear the pressure in there sounding strange, almost like it has resistance. So this has been 13 minutes, almost 14 minutes. So I'm going to cut it short. I thank you all for watching this. And if you have any questions, I'm sure you're going to have suggestions, but go ahead and leave them below. Like, subscribe, and you can say whatever you want. All right, see you later. Bye.